it's a new year and we haven't recorded this in a
Well, we
hot
have
minute.
an episode in the tank, I believe, still.
I lost the recording on my end.
Okay. So we don't. I lied. We
I've
don't.
been looking for it.
So
I've been looking for it, but I think I deleted it off my iCloud and I was like, I'm not gonna
all
need
right.
that.
So here you guys can see Mike exposing me for a liar. 17 days into the new year.
Yeah, sorry. Oh my god, it's 17 days into January.
Yeah.
Oh
So
my god.
basically, it's 2027. 2027 might be my year.
Mm,
Where the ship
maybe.
for 26 has sailed already. I think. I'm just not even gonna bother.
17 days in, the ship already sailed. It's okay. The ship sailed for me last year.
Yeah.
Um, when I got hit with so for anybody that doesn't know, I don't build my own cars because I never have the money to build my own cars. There's an LS400 that's been sitting out front that I tried to sell that also fuck Facebook Marketplace didn't happen.
What you get for
That I was gonna build
what
this
you get for
year.
buying a house and building a family?
Yeah, right. That I was gonna try to do something cool with this year, and then yeah, I got news that I have to put $28,000 into the house. So,
At this
yay.
point, I
Um,
think you're gonna have to stop. Even you're not even gonna be able to make like engineering or automotive related content. You're just gonna have to fucking
I'm just
switch to
gonna
a
make
house
house
flipper.
content.
Fucking
Yeah, yeah. Seriously,
probably a
there's
bigger
there's a
market.
dude.
Probably a bigger market, to be honest.
It is so. There's a dude. It's honestly one of my favorites. His basic thing is it's like, and in this week's episode of Fuck This House, and he just does these shorts, and it's him being like like a millennials, like younger millennial homeowner, and just shit constantly breaking, and it's like, yeah, no, that is exactly what it's like to own a house. If you want complete control over what you do in your place, it comes at a cost. A big ass cost.
Yeah.
I've had three. This is my third place, right? This is my third place. I have put no major money into the prior two.
Yeah. So this is just
And
like
now on the third one,
you're getting it all
it's
at once.
all piled up.
Yeah.
Yep, it's all piled up. That's what I get for buying a 1960s house in Ohio. So
Yeah. I mean,
but
I would say not to get too far off topic here, but I do think the Midwest has a maintenance problem. Like the people in the
yep.
Midwest will let shit go. Like
The people in the Midwest didn't have the money to maintain things.
Yeah.
I think is the problem. It's like real blue collar, right? Because I'm in a blue collar area.
yeah.
I'm a white collar boy in a blue collar area. I've owned 3 houses and 2 of them were in blue collar areas, and yeah, there's some maintenance issues. The only white collar area I lived in, the place was immaculate. You can tell. Auburn Hills. So, yep. But hey, I get to change the color of my siding, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
At least
I mean,
it's
I
like
guess,
okay, it kind of comes with like making the place look nicer from curb appeal.
yeah, I mean, I guess that is nice, you know. At
Yeah,
least,
I know.
well,
It's
and
that.
at least when you change the color of your siding, like every time you come home, you're gonna be like, I did spend a lot of money, but I can see it.
At least it looks nice.
You
Yeah.
know, like it's better than
Yeah, it's
better than being like, well, I had to spend 30 grand to fix the foundation, and like,
well. Imagine like you have to do like a major fluid service or like a major transmission service, or like you own an Audi and you have to do a timing chain on the back of the engine because you have a 3.0 TCREC, which is going to be coming in my future. And in the process of doing all that, you also had to respray the car. So it's like, yeah, I just put a shitload of money into the car, but it's pretty as fuck. Like that's kind of how it feels, right?
yeah, I don't envy you at all in this situation.
I don't either. This is
Like,
this at the end of this. At the end of this, I will be at 40 grand into that.
yeah,
house.
100%. You've convinced me that like I don't even want to deal with the hassle of owning. Like, to be honest, I
So
would consider getting rid of stuff just so I could rent something, like so I don't have
So-
to find something to fit my needs.
here's the rub. You need to buy something that was made in the 2000s. Like if that means giving up space, if that means giving up the big ass garage, if that means giving up the land, if you do not want a bunch of maintenance,
Yeah.
that's the way to do
Yeah.
it. That's the way to do
See,
it.
I genuinely though, I think like the best strategy for me, and like me because of what I do, but like I think the best strategy is literally just rent and then just buy a commercial building, like, and just to have a commercial
Yeah.
space to do car shit and have it be its own thing.
buy a commercial building and put an RV
Listen,
on the property, like Grant.
I literally every day think about buying a commercial building and just fucking parking an Airstream in it. That's literally that is.
If I did not have a wife and kids, actually, if I didn't have kids, I'd probably do that. Even with, I'm sure my wife would do that.
Yeah, like.
But yeah, no, with the kids, that would suck. That would suck a lot.
I can imagine. Yeah. I don't plan on. I don't.
By the way, hi Grant. Hi Grant.
So, all right. Well,
actually, I should call him. I haven't talked to him in a while.
I also haven't heard from him in a minute. But we are in the new year, so I figured we should talk about trends.
New Year shit.
Yeah, like why not? Like new year, new us. We're gonna do the same shit. I'm gonna do the same shit. But yeah, I figure it's gonna be.
I'm just gonna keep doing the same stuff too.
Yeah.
But I think talking about what other people are gonna do. So I heard. So Alex Martinez did this, right? They did it like, what do you car trends you see in 2026? And he said something that was super poignant, which is, I think the number one automotive trend of 2026 is going to be repos.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, that's like already. That was kind of the upswing of 2025, to be honest. Like that,
yeah,
like that.
And
because I think what's default on like loans right now? It's like I'm pretty sure it's like a double-digit percentage. Like we're like
yeah, but I'm not even talking about like normal people. I'm talking about in the automotive like enthusiast space specifically. I think way too many people are leveraged to the tits for an F80.
I mean, I think like realistically like anything in that category. Like most people driving around anything and like that's probably like a $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 car. Like
yeah.
The amount of 20-year-olds that I see in $50,000 cars.
Yes.
It's like like I
And I think they're going to start to see the money dry up, and they're going to be like, I have to get rid of this. And then they're going to be like, all right, what do I pick that is the cheapest thing that I can get?
I don't think
they're going to go.
I don't think most of them are smart enough to pull that off. I'll be honest. I think most of them are going to go right into something that's going to be like, how can I get fucked just slightly less?
I don't know. I kind of think we're going to see. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see even further inflation of the E36 and the E46 prices.
Yeah, I mean,
think we're going to see
that does not affect me because I don't plan on buying those.
No, but I think we're going to see like weird
ZN6
weird
stocks.
platforms.
I'm invested. ZN6 stocks. ZN6 to the moon.
ZN6 is already overtaxed.
They're not overtaxed. They're like I've literally finding shells for like sub $3,000.
Do you know how many people are actually going to build a shell?
Okay, but.
All these automotive creators that go out there. I'm counting myself in that, right? I'm not going to build a freaking shell.
No, but I need you to understand something, right? People are paying that money or more for shells of 240s. And this is a car that is 30 years newer, that does everything better. Like, fundamentally, it does everything better with the same aftermarket potential. And how hard is it to get a clean, rust-free 240 shell?
No, for sure. I'm not counting 240s because to me at this point, if somebody's like, I'm gonna buy a 240, I'm in the same mindset as like, oh, you've got money. That's like you're buying S2000s. You're buying like you're in like S2000 price range. You're in like cheap Cayman range. Like you're in like.
I mean, I'll be honest. Realistically,
that's a rich bitch car.
I mean, I don't necessarily even view it like that, but I think that there's like, realistically, I feel like if you're talking about getting some kind of fucking sports car, or if you're like, I want to revive something from the 90s, if you're not comfortable spending at least $20,000, you should probably stop talking about it.
Well, yeah, no, for sure, I agree. I'm just saying, but like $20,000 will, unless you're really lucky, $20,000's not getting you a 240 that's worth a damn.
I mean, I think if you just want a clean 240, you're definitely getting a clean 240 for that money. You're not going to get like a built car that's great for $20,000, but like you will get a decent 240 for $20,000. If you're like actually looking and like not just buying the first $20,000 240 you find.
No, okay, that's fair. Like if you're gonna fly across the U.S. and find one in a good state,
yeah. I mean, like all day, I feel like all day you could get a deal for that price.
We also have to remember that I live in like one of the most bass-ackwards like used car markets. The like Northeast Ohio used car market is stupid.
Yeah,
Trying to like
I don't know why it's as weird as it is there, considering that I'm
like
like 3 hours north.
$7,000 beater Mustang GTs.
Yeah, and then like meanwhile in like Metro Detroit, that's like a $3,500 car.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I
they're
know.
everywhere. They're a dime a dozen. Like I mean, well, maybe not as much anymore. I don't see like as many like new edge SN95s as I used to.
No.
But like they were a dime a dozen. They were everywhere.
They were. I don't know. It's I think we talked about this before, but it's like the drift tax, right? That hits a lot of cars, and I don't really know where it goes.
I mean, I think also
other than like, I mean, older Mustangs for sure, older Corvettes for sure. I think you're just gonna start seeing weird stuff because they're just like, we're running out of cars.
Yeah,
in a way.
Well, and I like there's definitely some of that, but I also think that like a big issue that we are like in is like we're still suffering from people like with COVID inflation. Like people are like they think they're normal, like they see that or they heard that somebody with like their 30,000 mile S197 3 valve like California special sold for 12 grand, and then now all of a sudden like everyone ever is worth 12 grand. And, like so now you got like dudes with V6 S197s trying to tax the world because like one sold on Barrett Jackson for $2 million, like stupid shit like that. And like a lot of these people genuinely, and I also think too, like a lot of people, even just used cars in general, like people selling used cars right now act like there's a brick of gold behind the dash, and it's because they'll be like, I paid 10 grand for the car and I'm underwater on it and I need 10 grand, like it's broken, it has to go, but I need something else, so if I don't get 10 grand for it, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And like
I kind of understand that.
And like, but everybody's in that situation, and not one person is willing to compromise and be like, okay, yeah, I have to take the L, which is crazy because 10 years ago, people took the L. Like, you had to take the L.
I don't think people have enough money to take the L right now. Like, no,
and I understand.
I could on like my LS400, right? But like, I paid $3 grand for my LS400. I still think $3 grand for a $200,000 LS400, even with the rough interior, is not a bad price.
No, and it's
when it doesn't have rust.
And it's not.
But people don't feel that way right now.
No,
like, especially in my area, they just don't feel that way.
Well,
and so
also I think like if we're talking like sub $5,000 cars, like that is probably the hardest market to sell because everybody who's like buying a car at $5,000 needs a car. Like they need a car, but the extra stuff is like, oh, I want an LS400, but I need a car.
Yes.
So like those like they're gonna bag. That's why like when you get into like the clean 240 for $20,000, like the price is the price. Like you're gonna pay $20,000 for the clean 240 because it's a clean 240, and the dude's asking 20 grand for it. Like that's what you want. That's the cost. You want an S2000, you're gonna pay 20 grand for it. Like it just is what it is.
You reminded me. Predictions. Because I said I don't know what's next in terms of platforms.
Yeah.
Big predictor, LX, Chargers, and Challengers.
Oh, like
Gen 1s. Gen 1 L car, Challengers, and Chargers.
You think those are gonna pop off? I mean,
yes.
I mean, I still see a fair amount of them here. I think that's just mostly because of location.
Well, let's think about it, right? It's got a solid motor.
Yeah.
It's rear-wheel drive. It's big body, right? Which big bodies are getting more popular.
Yep. Well, and I mean, it's an earlier generation of a desirable platform that's available as well.
Yes.
So, like, I mean,
just
somebody like people who want a GT500 that can't afford a GT500 are going to go buy a Mustang GT, or an EcoBoost Mustang. Like, yeah, that tracks.
Grant says he is doing good. He just chilling, and he called me beautiful. So,
well, we're glad to hear.
No, like, and it's got a manual transmission option, right? Like that. So
yeah, I mean, if you got the SRT, so it's like what, the 6.4, like, yeah, I mean,
well, it's like with the LS400, right? It's like everything that it is. So LS400 sorta like the town cars and stuff, right? Like, kind of run into the same problem, right? They didn't have autos. Or they didn't have manuals. Yeah. And so they're like almost the perfect platform for it. Except that putting a manual in them sucks a lot.
Yeah.
I was going to use a different word, but I'm not. So it's sort of the same, like it's sort of the problem that the Charger doesn't have, where, okay, you're
you could just
probably
get
going to
that.
find an automatic car.
Yeah.
But there is OEM support for the parts.
Yeah.
You can go get a transmission. You can go get all the associate. You can get the flywheel. You can get the clutch. You can get all the stuff that you need. You don't have to go get something custom machine. You don't got to do.
You can get the brake master. There's a spot for it on the firewall already. Like it's designed with that in mind.
So I think and they're not very good.
Yeah.
Like stock form, they're not very good.
No.
But this is drift. Everybody modifies the car.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense. Now, I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that I'm not trading on a little insider information when I say that that's going to be a platform that I think is going to work. But
I think it could take off. I don't think it's going to be like big, but I could see it.
I don't think it's going to be big.
I could see it getting semi-popular, like in the same way that like it got popular to kind of like start drifting like LS300 or LS400s, GS300s and stuff like that. Like where like people were like, oh yeah, I'll take the time to like try and swap something together to like throw a big body around. I think some people will get into it, but I think the core kind of like drifting community or like like that group, I think they're still gonna pine on the 350s, on the 370s, on the ZN6s.
I think the 350, the 370, the ZN6, and the C6.
I think RX-8 stocks are gonna go up for.
Don't remind me. I have considered just for my own sanity.
Ever since I started talking about
putting the LS400 back up on the market just for the express purpose of getting an RX-8.
Listen, I think you should.
I fucking hated the people I dealt with. I hated them so much.
Listen.
Audi guy out there, Audi A6 guy out there, blow me.
I mean, let's see, you're messing with Euros. They're just weird.
I know.
It's that community.
I need to just.
Here's the thing. Everybody
I'm not buying a Euro for drift. I'm not buying a Euro for drift.
Everybody with everybody with a rotary car is weird. I'm gonna tell you right now. There's not one sane individual bought an RX-8,
No.
but the people that buy rotaries are like down to clown. Like if you fuck something up, you could probably buy a car from somebody and like you fuck something up and like that dude's gonna hit you up in 3 months to talk about the car, and then he's gonna hear it's broken. He's like, I'll come over Saturday. I'll be there. I'm gonna help you. I have
thought about asking Reg. I have thought about asking Reggie if the crappy turbo RX-8 is still available for trade. Yeah.
Sold.
Dang it. But here's the thing. He'll probably have another RX-8 in like a month.
Maybe. I mean, dude, they're cheap. Like I'm finding.
Actually, give me his number after the podcast.
Okay.
I might text him. I haven't talked to him.
All right.
I'll give him my number. He's one of the few. He's one of the few that's allowed to have my number.
All right. Yeah, I'll give you his number. But I mean, in reality, like RX-8, pretty cheap platform.
Know.
Like, I mean,
I know.
Really, the only thing with an RX-8 is like you're gonna have to work on it. That's just all it is. Like,
that's fine.
Like you're gonna get dirty.
That's fine. I don't care.
Like,
I don't care.
But you said you wanted a project anyway. I think you.
I do. Here's the thing.
I think you need to do a bucket build.
What? No.
No. So, do you know what like the bucket build like? Because you just stack.
I just assumed you meant like that. I need to build a ship bucket.
No. So like when you're like because with the way a rotary stacks, like you could just build it on a 5-gallon bucket. Like you're not.
Okay, I know nothing. Okay, like, gotcha.
So, like,
gotcha. I know nothing about
you're
rotaries.
Just stacking.
So.
Like it's. I mean, a Renesis is pretty simple. Like
here's the thing. I could put a chain and a hook in the corner of my garage and just hang an extra Renesis there.
Yeah.
Like I'll just keep one in the back of the garage.
Dude, the little like
that's ready.
The little JDM importers that have like that ship over a bunch of like 40 to 60, 80,000 mile motors and shit like that. I mean, they just have those things like you could go buy a 6-port with a manual transmission and a ECU and a harness for like $2,000. Like it's just on the shelf. They got 20 of them. They're just in stock.
We need to do a better job of staying on topic.
Yeah, we do. But
whatever. It's first shot back.
I mean, we could
Um,
we could judge that as your some of your maybe to be content plans.
yeah, we were gonna talk about content plans.
Well,
So far for me, right, I'm gonna continue doing the educational stuff on Instagram.
yeah,
Um, and I'm in the process of trying to get it worked out so that I can get like a 3D printer, in the house. And then with that, I'm gonna start doing a little bit more on design and talking about design. I've spent the last probably 30 hours in the last 2 weeks putting like different vehicle dynamics for sorter equations into Python so that I could start making examples for videos.
mm,
So I've been doing a lot of work on the back end to make the educational stuff better. Um, Also, I don't know if this should come out by the time this happens, but I'm going to be going on Josiah Falais's podcast at some point here in the next couple weeks. So like I'm trying, like that's for me is like I'm trying to focus on getting the design stuff out there.
yeah.
Um, I'm also going to get another Bad Investment Builds. I'm going to have him on or be on his podcast, one or the other, right? And then we're going to get Bailey Shank on Pizza Boy Metalworks at some point to talk about machining. So like I'm wanting to go in like the education, and I want to be asking people about like what I'm really interested, like the thing that's really been interesting to me recently is I want to know people's business, like how they're running their like
Yeah.
functioning money generating business, because I know multiple people who are doing it and I'm just too stupid to do that. I've been a fucking W2 slave like my entire career. So like I'm trying to learn more about how other people are doing it. Oh, and then Luke, I don't know his last name. I actually don't think, but that's Fancy Stancy STI on Instagram. Gonna have him on as well. So I've got like 4 or 5 people lined up. So that's my plans. That takes me out like 2 months or so.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad. I mean, I have like a small list of people that I'd like to try and get on to talk with, kind of just talk shop with, or do something kind of with.
I think you wanted to get Gunt on, right?
Yeah, I'd like to do, because I am interested in like getting into like the overlanding thing a little bit, like
Yeah.
just because like I just think it'd be fun, and like it's something to do that's like not what I would typically do, where it's just absolutely like you can kind of just go overlanding, like
Yeah.
you go buy tires, and you can,
Not a lot of
and
prep.
like don't go pick the hardest trail to go do, but like like it's just camping. Like you could just go camp with your friends.
Do you have water? Do you have food?
Yeah. Like,
and then do you have gas?
yeah, like you,
and a jack.
yeah, like you just throw some of the necessities together and throw a cooler in the back and go have some fun. And
Yeah.
I think like that would just be a little relaxing.
Yeah.
So like I'd like to get Gun on, and like I mean Gun doing like rescue stuff is sick.
That'd be interesting to talk to him about for sure.
I want to know like more about like that, and just like recovery and like things that, because I genuinely don't know about that, and so
No.
like I think it would be interesting to like learn about that. And then also like lately I just feel like I've been in like a really weird funk where like I just want to be creative, but I feel so like trapped by my to-do list. Like there's so much stuff to do
Yeah.
that I'm like, what time is there to be creative? And then
Yep.
it's like it's starting to like frustrate me that I have no creative
Yes.
energy, and I'm just like,
Yes.
dude, I need to like, I feel like I just need to like do something. So like I don't know exactly what I want to do, but I think one of the things I'd like to try and do is put together some kind of like, maybe like some kind of like short film or like feature film, like something that's like probably like a half hour, but like just kind of like go on like a road trip and like document it and like do it for the purpose
You
of,
do like a documentary. That'd be pretty
like
cool.
I just, or like go explore something somewhere and
Yeah.
like kind of just talk about it, and
You could do it. You could have fun with it, like if you use the Tacoma, right?
Yeah.
Well,
well, that's why I was kind of thinking like
you could document
if I did
outfitting the Tacoma,
right,
and then taking the trip in the Tacoma, and then like that could be fun.
yeah. So like that's something I've been kind of thinking about, and I kind of want to do, just as like one like a for fun thing, something to be like a creative outlet, and then also something like to try and challenge myself to do like something in a way, because like I notoriously film stuff and then I'm like, oh, I absolutely hate that. Like lighting sucks. This sucks. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't have the means to fix it at this exact moment. So now I'm just irritated. I don't want to do anything with it because I'm a perfectionist and I want to just be like, okay, like, can I just let the perfection spiral and what comes out of
Just
it?
let it go
Like,
and just do it. Yeah.
And so I think that,
And then it sucks, and then you just do it again, and you're just like keep
yeah,
trying.
and then I just get better every time, hopefully. Or I just
Yeah.
suck forever. You guys make fun of me in the comments forever, which I guess works too, but you know.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you could always fall back on being the engine person,
Yeah, exactly.
being the engine builder. Like,
Yeah, I mean, what's the word?
some people had some success with that, right?
I mean, at the end of the day, they're gonna make fun of me in the comments anyways. They're gonna be like, "You blow everything up. You do the, you know." It is what it is. I'm not gonna take it personal, but
No.
I think that would be some fun stuff. And then honestly, like, I am trying to get serious on some of the builds this year. I want to get the FD, the bodywork started on that. And I'm really, if there's one thing that just aches in the back of my head, just constantly gnaws at my consciousness, it is starting the rotary cappuccino drag build. And like, I am just, I need to start putting this together
Just
because
do
I
it.
literally, it keeps me up at night.
Yeah.
Like, I literally lay there and I'm just thinking about like, okay, well, if I take the, you know, if I can get this, like, okay, maybe if I don't know how much I can cut out of the back, but like, if I get a diff out of this, I might be able to throw it in there. And if I, you know, like, I'm just like
Yeah.
brainstorming all the different ways, and I'm like, I've already got like a 3-tiered stage plan to put shit together and test shit. So I need to just start on it. But the biggest thing is,
Yeah.
right now it's winter, and I would kind of feel bad if I didn't give. I mean, I know the stock cappuccino like engine does not have a chance, right? And like this car's got like a couple of minor
No.
bolt-ons. But I want to go take it to like Lapeer or Milan and just go run on a test and tune day and get an ET with the stock motor. And I know it's gonna be,
Yeah.
I know it's gonna be so slow. It's gonna be like 19 seconds. It's gonna suck so bad. But
Yeah.
I want that because I want to be able to put that up and be like, okay, this is what this thing ran here, and I want to be able to just like show the progress of it. And I think honestly it'd just be fun even just take the stock cappuccino to a drag strip and like, I mean, the boomers are gonna laugh because they're, you know, they're gonna you're gonna see a dude with a blower the size of the cappuccino sticking out the hood of something.
Yep.
And but no, I think it'd be really entertaining, and I really want to get working on that project because like I think that's like, to me it's like one of those things like the moment I kind of conceptualized the idea, because originally I was just gonna throw a Renesis in it, to be honest, because I was like, dude, they're cheap, like I could just toss a Renesis in it, I could probably get it run for like nothing, you know, like a couple grand, like really, like the hardest part was gonna be getting it in the car. Other than that, like I could just basically buy an RX-8 parts car and have it run. So
Right.
you know, I was kind of like, all right, like this could be feasible. And then I actually found somebody at a shop in Japan did a Renesis swap already. They did a Renesis swap, ITBs, everything. It was like exactly what I thought, and I just
Then do it.
I stumbled across it, and I was just like, no, I gotta one up it. So now yes, I do. I have to. So now, well, listen, I'm gonna just take the REW. I need to get a new end plate and one rotor, I believe. I need to double check the parts. But I only need a couple of things. I could slap the REW that was in the FD back together, and then that goes in there, and then we're talking like that thing just dropped in there. We're looking at like 300 horse at a base in a cappuccino. So I think it's gonna be an absolute weapon, and I can't wait to absolutely get stupid with it, because I genuinely think that like, one, running a K car to, you know, its limits is gonna be insane, and it's gonna be a challenge. Like, it's not like Like I've done.
That's not gonna be a safe car
No,
to drive on the
it's
drag
not
strip.
going to be a GT 500 that's running sub nines. Like it's not going to be like that at all. This is going to be
No.
a wild car. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it because it's a whole new challenge that I have not
Right.
kind of
Right.
like
That makes sense.
I've been a part of other
Speaking,
stuff. So
I hate to derail, but speaking of challenges, because I want to
Mhm.
change topics a little bit here. Speaking of challenges, I'm convinced that Subaru is challenged in making an actually decent STI.
Yeah.
Because my God,
Listen,
what was that?
they
You are the Subaru enthusiast. You were the Subaru lover. I want to know, like, did I miss something? Because this seems like really, really disappointing.
So, yeah, I mean, one, I've been saying for a while, right? Like, if you want a new STI, the new WRX-TS is essentially an STI in everything but the badge. Like, I mean, it's got the Brembos, it's got the 6-speed, it's got Recaro seats, it has STI tuned dampers. Like, in everything, every metric outside of having an EJ, it's a fucking STI. But they've now announced an STI. I don't know if this is going to be worldwide or if it's Japan only. But it's basically just the TS that was available overseas in Japan. That only came with a CVT. Now it'll get a manual, and it's got some STI trim bits on it, and
that's kind of what it seemed like to me.
It's literally like it's the same car. It's the same car again.
Which seems really disappointing. Oh, and with no wing, of course.
Right, because it's
but
yeah, and
it's the TS.
Right, exactly. Like it's realistically it's a TS with ground effects. Like,
which is really, really disappointing. Because it seemed like Subaru was like, all right, we're gonna do something cool.
Right. Well,
like,
and
they did that like teaser concept. Right. They're like, we're gonna do something
cool. And they showed
cool.
off those two hatches. They showed off that EV hatch. They showed off that new potential like combustion hatch, and like those looked good. Like people, and like they got a good response out of it. And
I think this is the Lincoln Continental.
Yeah,
the story for people that don't know is Lincoln, right? They announced they were like, it leaked like, oh, Lincoln's gonna do a Continental. It's gonna be a rear-wheel drive. It's gonna be a longitudinal engine, 4-door, like Mustang-based sedan, super cool. And that actually was in the plan.
Yeah.
For like, people don't know this, like that actually was planned at Ford. I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that because I was there at the time, but right, that was in plan. And then I think kind of not understood is they were like, oh, we're going to bring the Continental nameplate back, but we're going to bring it back on a stretched Fusion. And so they took the Fusion platform.
I thought it was the Taurus,
and then they put it out. I think it was the CD like 3 platform that was used for the.
That's interesting.
I think I'm not 100% sure. So either way, it was like the Stretch Fusion or the Taurus. So the China Taurus right now, the one that they're using, like that they call the Taurus that's available in China, that's actually a Fusion platform. Mm-hmm. It's just longer. I think it was the same thing. But either way, they took a front-wheel drive Ford platform and then they put a Lincoln badge on it and they put it out as the Continental, and it killed all the momentum. It killed all the energy people had for the Continental. They're like, you guys, I thought it was going to be a rear-wheel drive. Now they brought the Continental back. It's a front-wheel drive fucking sedan. Like, we're behind the scenes and we're going like, no, there's supposed to be one. Just wait. And then it died because, like, marketing took it. It was like, oh, nobody wants the Continental. I was like, no, nobody wants that Continental.
Yeah, because
nobody wants the Continental you guys made, which wasn't what people wanted.
No, because if they gave us a Coyote rear-wheel drive Continental, like that would have been perfect to like bring back a Fairmont, like in Ford's
or even
lineup, like
the EcoBoost line. Yeah. Like if they had used the EcoBoost 2.3.
I mean, shit. Even if they just
would have been fine.
Put 2.7 or even the 3.5 in it, just in the right orientation. Like it could have been. It could have.
There's so many good choices.
Yeah.
And I think that might be what happened here, is they were like, oh, so there's some excitement, so let's just badge the, or even it might not have been, but like there's some excitement. It might have just been already in the works.
Yeah.
And they just didn't think through the order
of how
we're going to put this one and then this one, and people are going to go, oh, So you had this, it was cool, it was exciting, we liked it, and now you're just giving us the same shit. Like, screw
Yeah,
this.
like
I'm done
this
with
is
Subaru. Like that's kind of
this is the development team bringing the STI packaged car to market as they intended. And then,
yes.
engineering was like, hey, let's show off this concept because like we want to rile people up. And then like people were like, yes, I want that. And then 3 months later they get this, and then everybody's looking at like, well, that's not really
It's not what I
that's
asked
not
for.
really what you showed us, like that's not really what you offered
No.
us. So yeah, no, 100%. I really think, and I mean, I think right now too, like, don't get me wrong, I think a lot of Subaru like fans in general are a little upset. Like the STI
Yeah.
did get cut, and like when it got cut, like most people thought that like, everybody was waiting. Every generation, we were like, okay, like here it is. The STI is gonna get like it's gonna get its it's gonna come back to like 2004 glory. Because I mean, let's be real. Like the STI in 2004 is part of the reason we have import culture as big as it is here in the States.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
But I think that like it had its heyday in the early 2000s, and then the car kind of got tired because it's really pretty close to being the same chassis all the way up
Yeah.
to the end of the VA, right? Like like there's improvements. The VA, like there's improvements and there's stuff that changed, but fundamentally, like it's 300 horse, it's all-wheel drive. Like it's very similar. It's the same platform, the same motor from 08 to
Oh,
21.
and Subaru, from a chassis perspective, uses a
Yeah,
lot of
yes,
carryover.
yes, they love parts bin. So, like, I think a lot of people for a good while were kind of like, okay, like there is no Evo, there is no competition, there's no Celica GT4
No.
coming, there's nothing that's like on par with this. You got a Golf R, but let's be real, Golf R buyers and STI buyers are not really the same people.
No, that's two different
Like
things.
those are two different demographics, really. I don't think most people are actually cross shopping those.
No.
And so I think you had a lot of people that was looking for like a genuine improvement and shift to like a modern take on it. And they wanted a revival of the 2004 car. They want something that was going to, do that. And especially, let's be real, in the last half decade, even though we've had all the problems, with society as a whole, COVID and everything else, right? Like we did start getting some cool stuff, like Toyota,
Automotive advancement,
I mean, like,
despite the excessive cost for sports cars, has been pretty significant.
yeah, I mean, like we got the return of the Supra. We've got like BMWs have gone crazy in the last 5 years. I mean, you started getting,
yes.
Demon Hellcat, Demon Red Eyes, and GT500s. The GTD, like the amount of insane
The
stuff.
GTD, the C8,
Yeah.
and then the C8 ZR1, and then the C8 ZR1, like, and they just keep fucking upping it.
Like the antiques,
like the cars, the performance of cars right now.
Yeah, I mean,
is insane.
And also, let's be real too. Like, even though as enthusiasts, right? Like, we're not that huge on EVs to a massive degree, but like, dude, I mean, you could go get into a Rivian truck that's doing a 3.5 seconds 0 to 60. So like, yeah, of course you don't want an STI that's doing a 5 seconds 0 to 60 still, 20 years later, right? So like, I can understand the frustration with like being like, all right, I don't want to spend 60 grand on the same car again.
No, that's exactly it. Is like, what's the value benefit here?
Yeah.
Like, it's not really any faster.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, the interior is probably nicer.
Yeah, for sure.
But like, that's not what an enthusiast really cares about, because if you wanted a nice interior for 40 grand, you'd go buy a B8.
Yeah.
Like, you go buy a B8 S4.
Yeah, I mean, or some kind of
and the timing chains and stuff.
Or,
like,
like there's so many other things you could get. Like, let's be real, nobody.
No, I was throwing like an all-wheel drive.
Well, I mean, and I'm just
competitor.
Right, but I mean, even like you could get a used M5 for the same money as a nice VA2, STI.
Yeah, and so like, there's not a lot of benefit because you're looking at it. I say the same thing when I look at it's like the same thing I say when I'm looking at a Fiesta ST, right?
Yeah.
I bought a Fiesta ST in like 2018 or 2017 for like 19 off the lot, brand fucking new. And it was the new year, so it was the post Sync 3 update, so I had like CarPlay. I had heated seats in that shit. I had, the automatic unlock, the button on the side. Like it was, little 6-speed manual. It was great. I think it was 6-speed. I don't honestly remember, but like that's a great little car. If I go on the used market right
they sell for the same money.
It's gonna cost me $16,000, probably, to get a late model Fiesta ST with 100,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
So no, I'm not gonna go buy one because the value isn't there.
Yeah, no, because
that's what and for the current car market, that actually isn't a bad deal.
No.
But the current car market sucks. And so if you have a vehicle that has been stagnant in its performance, that is not really pushed the envelope in any way in terms of what it can actually pull off, of course people are going to look at it and they're going to be like, why would I spend all this money when I remember how much I used to get.
Well, and like I had a conversation with somebody the other day where we were talking about Mustangs because there's a friend there, they're like, I want to get into a Mustang. I want a Coyote car, and they were talking about like, they were like, I'm genuinely considering like going and buying a new Dark Horse. And I was like, to be honest, because like they were like, I want to do bolt-ons. I want to put a blower on the car eventually. Yeah. Now, like, to be honest, I wouldn't even waste your time or money going and buying a Dark Horse right now because you're going to spend $60-something thousand, $70,000 to go buy a Dark Horse, and you could go buy a Gen 3 21 S550 for half that, and you could go buy your blower, buy all the mods and everything else you were going to do with it, and go run 9s for the same money. And the car's lighter, faster, and honestly, the build quality of cars in 2019 is better than it is in 2025. Like, there's so many factors that are here, and like genuinely, I just don't think that like a lot of this stuff is good right now.
The only reason I would buy a 650 over a 550 is because I wanted the interior.
And to be honest,
it's the only thing that you could argue is better.
And honestly,
and I wouldn't agree with that.
Having spent a good amount of time in both, I would tell you, like, if you only had to look at the interiors with your eyes, sure, the S650, the
650 looks nicer.
But like,
I think the 550 was great to live with.
Yes, honestly, like, if anybody's complaining about the interior, it's like, first off, dude, you have like a Coyote car. Coyote S550 is a pretty good amount of car for the money.
Coyote 550 premiums are probably some of the best equipped vehicles of their day. Like in terms of like performance car with interior features, like some of the best for the money.
It's, at the end of the day, it's a Grand Tourer, right? Like Ford is like, get in it, drive it to California. Like, you're not doing that in a Lotus. Like you're gonna get in a Lotus and you're like, okay, great, my Lotus is cool, and it sucks. Like,
you're getting in that 550. You're like, I got a nice big touchscreen. I got Sync 3 CarPlay. I got heated and cooled seats. I got nice little toggles to turn my fucking temperature up and down for my dual zone automatic climate control, and then I still get a shitload of horsepower with a manual. Like that's a GT car, man. Yeah, fucking Jaguar wishes. Yeah, like.
Literally. But so I don't know. I think we're just at a point where, like, honestly, in a way, cars have been kind of like sports cars, at least, or like sports oriented chassis have kind of just been so good for like the last like decade and a half, and people are spoiled. Like,
unless you're buying like the top of the top, it hasn't gotten that much better.
And like the value proposition's just not there. Like, fuck, like honestly, it's like, are you gonna get a significantly better experience out of a brand new $65,000 STI that's going to hit the market over one that's 10 years old? I don't think so. I
think you could probably go buy an 08, do the
honestly, I would recommend
the gaskets
buy 11 to 14 and just spend the money on building.
I was just saying, like, you could even get like an 08, redo the gaskets and weld the plate in on the clutch, and like you'd have probably just as good of a car as like if you bought one off the lot right now.
I mean, I think realistically, if you're interested like in an STI, outside of like if you're just like, I want a slightly more comfortable one, go get a VA. But other than that, literally go grab any generation. They're so plug and play. Just like Buy the one.
I also
Buy
don't.
the one you get.
I don't think there's such a thing as a comfortable Subaru. Like that's going to be my
No,
argument.
I
There's
mean,
no such thing as a comfortable Subaru.
no, I mean definitely.
I'm not even STIs, just Subarus at
I
all.
mean,
Subarus are
they're definitely not the they're definitely not like plush comfy. Like they're comfy.
No.
I think they're comfy and like they like you do feel very secure when you drive one. And like they're very confidence inspiring behind the wheel. I think that can play into like the comfortability. But like I mean, let's be real. If you're buying an STI, you're probably not looking for comfortability like in that.
No, 100%.
But like
I'm just saying,
VA,
like I dog on Subaru with that.
A VA is a much better daily driver than a GD is.
Yeah,
you know, like
okay though. But if you're gonna go buy a daily driver that's all-wheel drive, just go buy a Mark 6 Golf R or a Mark 7 Golf R. Like,
yeah,
just buy a Golf R. I'm sorry, guys. Like it's.
But this is
your sedan's not.
But this
cool.
is where the demographic comes in. Where like we're just two different people.
I know.
Because like
then buy an A3.
You couldn't convince me.
I want my pointy angles and my hideous black cladding.
Yeah, and then I'll eBay up the RS3 badges and then get gapped at every light.
No, I've said this to you. I don't know if I've said it on here before about how like Subaru is kind of like what like the STI and the WRX is kind of like what got me into cars. Yeah. It was like the first car like I kind of wanted.
I mean that makes sense because what age were you when you discovered the STI? Because I would guarantee it was the Axe body spray.
It was 09.
Testosterone fueled like.
It was 09.
Yeah. So yeah, you're like in the high school locker room and you stumble across the STI. You think it's the coolest thing on the fucking planet.
Other than the fact that I played World of Warcraft, like sure, yeah, I was in the locker room, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you were in the locker room. You were in the bin in the corner of the locker room. But...
I was in the locker, not the room.
There was a locker in the room, yes, that you were in.
Yeah,
but yeah,
there was a locker. No, I mean, I loved them until I got into Euros. So I get it, right? Like that was a thing. But I've always stayed away from them because the prices have just never. The prices has never been justified. To me.
I mean, I will say, you definitely as Subaru owner and as somebody who's owned several, like there's definitely, it does take a certain type of individual. Like you have to know you're gonna burn through money. But I will say, like even amongst like some high horsepower cars, a Subaru does just get down in a way that just is so different than
I know. Other things. I mean, like, I owned a Forester. I've driven some.
Well, and I'm saying like
other
have you
have
you ever been in like a 600 horsepower like STI?
I've not. No, I've been in some like fairly base like mid 2000s WRXs.
I need to get you in like a 600 horsepower STI. Like when the VA is done and the fuel system's all done, and it like I mean that car will be making probably about 5. But I will have to take you for a ride in it, because I think like that is where you start to experience. You're like, oh no, I kind of get it. Like,
no, here's the thing, I do get it. I'm just far too practical.
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
Because I'm not like most car guys in the fact that I feel like I'm willing to ruin my finances for cars. Like I'm just not.
Yeah.
And so that's why I have things that are like stretching the limits of practicality, like owning a Q7 with a CREC. Like that's kind of pushing it. Like, yeah, but it's still a 3-row SUV that's really comfortable.
You're like, yeah, I have a car that's supercharged. Like,
I do. No, it's because the only two engines options are a supercharged V6 and a turbo i4. I am not putting a turbo inline 4 2-liter in a fucking like 5,000 pound SUV. Yeah, no, that's stupid. So is everything about the CREC though. So like, you know, the Crec motors are pretty bad in terms of design for repairability. But then I have an F56.
Yeah, I mean honestly, the more you talk about the Q7, the more I start thinking that like an X5 owner with an N54 is like probably like
I should have got an N50. I should have got an X5.
Like that's probably like in comparison, that individual is so sane.
My wife, I've said to my wife multiple times that I wish I just bought the X5.
I remember you I remember you cross shopping.
I was going back and forth between the two. Yeah,
you were looking at it, and you were like, I don't know, like you're like, I liked the Q5, and then and you jumped.
Here's the thing. My complaints about the repair costs aside, it's really, really good.
Yeah,
like it is really, really good.
Yeah, when it's good, but that's Euro stuff, right? Like when it's good, it's good.
It's Euro stuff.
But the moment it's not good, it fucking sucks.
Yes. But I also like to do stuff that's difficult for the sake of it. So,
which is funny because that honestly, I feel like that's so contradictory to your being, because like you are Mr. Practical. Like I feel like it's like like I don't you're like I don't want to be bothered with that. Like me,
it's because I know what I'm willing to be bothered with.
I go buy Subarus and Rotaries and stuff like that, and I'm like, and fucking goofy K cars and blow shit up because I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like I don't care. Like, just put it on jack.
You know what it is? It's because like for a car like that, like once a year, I'm willing to be inconvenienced for a week, and it's kind of nice to be like, all right, I did something difficult, you know.
Yeah.
In the case for a car,
you're just in it for the glaze.
You're just in it for the glaze. I don't want to do. No, I don't want to do that every month. I don't want like at any time to be like, all right, I had plans, I had things that I needed to do, and that just tripled because I bought this shitty ass K car. Like that's not what I want to deal with. I like predictability in my life because my children induce a significant degree of unpredictability.
That's fine. I guess you get your unpredictability from your kids and
my fucking house.
And your house. Yeah, I guess maybe you need something stable. But I don't know.
Yeah, I need something stable, and so I bought €2.
But there's times I literally was like, I blew a head gasket at midnight, and then did a head gasket to make it to work at 6 a.m.
And that's not what I'm about.
All right, I gotta get this done. I think I have the parts. I have enough make a gasket. Will it run for 3 days till I can get the other gasket in? Hopefully. We're gonna try and drive it to work tomorrow. I have another car in the driveway, and I'm still gonna do it.
And that's I would never. I would never do that. I'd be like, I need to go to sleep.
I've calmed down now. And I've kind of let myself get spoiled with the taco because I literally am just sometimes I literally, I come home and I see all the cars in the backyard on jack stands and in the garage, and I'm just doesn't matter. Taco's going to start tomorrow. So,
No, yeah. And you're like, I think I'm going to go play Final Fantasy 15. And then you go. That's.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's the decision. See, you can understand the comfort.
Yeah, no, I can, now because. Now
you've owned something reliable.
Yeah, now I've had something that I'm okay, I've had reliable stuff in the past, but I've just always been felt the need to just have something that was sporty that I was gonna beat the shit out of, and I have 5 of those things all at once, and they're all broken because I'm just beating the shit out of all of them at the same time, Whereas instead of just okay, now I've got Grandpa Spec Taco, and I just drive it back and forth to work, and I get in it, and honestly, I don't beat on the taco at all. I literally granny shift it. I don't think I ever go above 3,500 RPM. It's
as you should. I barely go over 2,500 RPM in the Q7 because I'm just I've got the power, but I don't need it.
Yeah, I'm literally
just putzing around town.
I'm doing 5 under in the right lane in the taco. And then and it's funny because I've had people that coworkers or people that I know that come up behind me or something, they see me driving that, and they're you drive an entirely different person when you're in that versus I go drive the cappuccino and I'm just ringing the shit out of him at 9,000 RPM the whole time I'm in it. So, but it's nice to have the variance. You get in that and it's okay, I know this just goes this is gonna get me to my destination.
Yes.
And
yes,
the cappuccino, when I get in it, I'm if it blows up, it blows up. I'll go home and get the taco. If it blows up, I'm an Uber and a trailer away from solving this problem.
Yes,
that's it. I just whatever, does not matter.
And so you kind of understand why I'm just I will take on the challenge when it is convenient for me.
Yeah,
and I don't want to deal with the inconvenience when it's not.
Yeah, no, after spending a decade of inconveniencing myself, I can definitely say, like, yeah, there is times when it's like, all right, yeah, like today is a day I'm just gonna go get some wings and not look at that problem in the backyard. So
Yes. Speaking of not looking at the problem in the backyard, we are nearing the end here. It wasn't actually a good segue. I just thought it would be something to go off of. So,
I mean,
but
speaking of things
any
that,
last words about the STI?
I mean, I guess I expected this. Like I did. I'll be honest. Like we got the
Yeah.
concept, and like I was excited, but I've also been like, okay, like they already canceled it. Like I knew if we got something back, like it wasn't gonna be for a couple years. It was probably gonna come back and be hybrid or full EV. And like not that I have a problem honestly with either of those. I'd welcome, a hybrid STI. But I just think that like overall, like what we're being dealt with by Subaru and like Subaru's overall direction, I just kind of feel like they're like kind of starting to not listen to their customers like they did a decade ago.
Here's my take. I think they're listening to their customers. I think they're not listening to their enthusiast customers. Because the enthusiast customers aren't a significant market for them.
No, for sure. I definitely don't
Additionally,
think that.
I do still think we're going to see a new STI
and
eventually. I think this was a weird mislabel that was them misjudging the market like Nintendo did with the Wii U.
Yeah.
Or the new Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah, I mean, obviously just time will tell and like we'll see,
Yeah.
kind of what happens from there, but
Yep.
I mean, it's just kind of is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
so all right. There it is. We meandered for an hour, but we made one.
We did it. We accomplished this. So we'll have to get this together.
We'll continue,
and then we'll have another one in a few weeks.
Yep. And then we'll start probably doing some individual ones with additional guests. So either myself or you bringing somebody on.
Yep.
Potentially we'll do 3 people at once, but who knows? That becomes significantly more difficult in the logistics. So
yeah.
We'll start doing that, but yeah, we'll get this back rolling. And hopefully you guys listen because so far not so good. But we'll keep working at it.
Alrighty, well hopefully we continue to have a better year from this point on. So
yeah.
And hopefully you guys do as well. We'll see you in the next one.
So